Caitlin Clark passes the eye test. That, according to WNBA legend Sue Bird. Sue Bird, obviously, one of the greatest players of all time. She was on stage with Megan Rapinoe and discussed the WNBA Rookie of the Year. Obviously, that has been a topic of conversation all season. Ken Swift here with the video. Here is what the pair had to say.
Year, we're in agreement. Yeah, I have Caitlin.
Yeah, I think Caitlin's Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, she's leading in all the categories: assists, turnovers, points. Not roast her. Come on, don't roast her. She's fine. She's fine. I'm kind of like, I don't really do, for Rookie of the Year, I don't really do like the stat comparison. Yeah, it can help. It can help inform things when it's tight, for sure. I don't do the record. I just do the eye test. And to me, she's Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
Her and Leah really figuring it out. Angel's having an amazing season, obviously, breaking the double-double.
Oh, two truths.
Yeah.
They can both be good.
I know.
They can both be having great years.
And, I agree with that last point, as I've said on this channel many times. I think, it's a testament to the kind of season Angel Reese has had that this has even remained a conversation. But Sue Bird is correct. And at some point, and maybe I'm guilty of it right now, like it becomes engagement farming to talk about the Rookie of the Year when Caitlin Clark is clearly going to be the Rookie of the Year. The eye test is obvious. I mean, her playmaking and court vision. I saw LeBron making those plays for Team USA against Puerto Rico, and it's similar. Like Clark and LeBron are similar in the way that they're able to see the floor, assess the situation, set teammates up, and make everybody better, and what they can do themselves to impact the game. So, Caitlin gets more defensive attention than anybody really, beyond even just rookies. She is responsible for more of her team's offense than anybody beyond just rookies. She's the complete engine for the Fever offense, leading the entire WNBA in points generated. I know that's a stat. She also is top 25 in points, rebounds, assists, blocks, and steals. She's going to break the all-time record for assists in a season. And there's just that level of palpable excitement you get watching Clark play basketball with the ball in her hands, knowing almost anything can happen at any time, which I think was amplified at the All-Star game. But Sue didn't mince words there, right? She didn't hedge it. She said it clearly, and she said it based on, look, I'm watching her play basketball, and it is what it is. Of course, we're in this slow time of the WNBA break, and what people say is probably bigger news than it would be in a normal day when the Fever are playing or when the Chicago Sky are playing, because Angel is having a terrific season and her rebounding instincts are awesome. But Chiney Ogwumike was on with the Awful Announcing podcast. She was on with Brandon Cortez of the Awful Announcing podcast. And I thought her comments were worth playing as well, given what she said about Caitlin Clark and Caitlin Clark's really just impact on the sport as a whole. That's different than the eye test Sue Bird was referencing, of course. This is about, moving the needle, right? I have the WWE Roman Reigns shirt on. Needle mover. That's what this is about when it comes to what Ogwumike had to say. Here was this portion of that podcast.
Caitlin Clark, when it comes to her impact, is absolutely true. She's the most impactful player that I've, seen hit the scene, not even just in basketball, but in sports in a generation, for how she moves the needle, not only with viewership, but business, and that rising tide lifts all boats. And the reason why I say for a generation is because I have the lived experience. I played against Maya Moore. I played against Candace Parker. I, played against Diana Taurasi, particularly most of those in the WNBA. And I am my big sis in life, my mentor, not even when I talk about basketball, is Lisa Leslie. I know the greatness that the game has always had. But Caitlin Clark is bringing it to new heights, exponential heights. And it's bringing and ushering the moment that we have always been waiting for. And I think a lot of times when you speak positively on other players, people take that as a shot to Caitlin. It's not. You have to celebrate those who are also advancing the game, but also recognize that Caitlin is doing things at light speed.
Ogwumike, obviously a very bright individual, and lays it out very nicely there. Her experience factors into the women that she has gone against over the course of her career certainly matter. I just did a video recognizing Lisa Leslie. You can check that out on the channel. I'll link to that full interview below, as well as Women's Fast Break on SI below. But I mean, that is what it is. I mean, I've said, I mean, we run out of things to say. I feel like I'm repeating myself, and maybe that is the symptom of this break that we're in, because I'm not going to be able to talk about the Fever playing basketball because the Fever aren't playing basketball. Obviously, Team USA still in the midst of what is almost sure to be another gold medal run. But when you do list those pantheon level figures in the game, whether it be Diana Taurasi or Maya Moore or Candace Parker or Lisa Leslie or whomever it is, they should be respected. And I hope that their careers get new life in a sense by people going back and learning more as more new fans come in. But as great as all of those women were, none of them did what Caitlin Clark has done as far as elevating the entire sport, changing the way that the sport is perceived forever. That's why I've said she's the Michael Jordan in the sense, because when Michael Jordan went with the Dream Team to Barcelona in '92, basketball became a global game. Obviously, Michael Jordan, helped take the NBA to new heights, and Nike was built on the back of Michael Jordan. This is a similar effect that we're seeing with Caitlin Clark on the game, and it's cool when her peers recognize it, right? Like, not that Chiney is still playing, but obviously she played several years in the WNBA, has been around the game for a long, long time, and we see, her, and obviously Sue Bird, who I just referenced, and now, some of Caitlin's legit peers like Arike Ogunbowale, pointing this out and starting to, there's no more like fighting back about it, or much less, I guess I should say, fighting back about it, because like Sue Bird said, it's the eye test. Whether you're looking at what Caitlin has done on the court, or whether you're looking at the numbers, whether ratings, attendance, merchandise sales, any different metric you want to use, it's plain to see, right? The eye test says it all. It's not more complicated or more complex than that. I think at this point, anybody can see, or should be able to see, that Cece is the biggest needle mover in the sport and is the Rookie of the Year.